In this episode of Occult Unmasked, we will explore the hidden meaning behind the occult use of the symbol of the owl. This episode also details the attributes of demons and what demons have in common with the owl. I'm John Razimus. I thank you for watching. Demons aren't exactly what you might think. They're very much like owls. They wait, stalking their prey, attacking when the prey least expects it. We are the prey. These entities, they have no regard for us whatsoever. They also have the ability to see us, whereas we do not have the ability to see them. Exactly the scenario of a little mouse versus an owl perched up on top of a cliff or a tree. I first heard this analogy from Mark Passio. Let's take a listen to a few clips of Mark Passio talking about owls.
One of the occultists' favorite symbols is the owl. You'll see this repeated over and over again. It's a theme. The reason the owl is one of the main symbols of the occult, and particularly the dark occult, okay, is because the owl is a predatory bird who has night vision. So what the occult is ultimately about is about hiding knowledge. It's about taking knowledge out of the light of day and cloaking it under the dark of night, so that you can wield it as a weapon against unaware individuals.
I'm not saying that the owl always represents something that's bad or evil. It generally just represents wisdom, knowledge, intelligence, wisdom, insight, but also secrecy, predation, night, and darkness, because the owl is a predatory bird. It's a flesh-eating bird that can see its prey from a higher perspective in a state of darkness because of its superior night vision, where its prey does not have that same capability and cannot see it coming for it. That's why it's loved by dark occultism, by dark occultists of all kind. They identify with this symbol because they look at themselves as the predator class that can see its prey, that knows everything about its prey. They see it from a higher perspective, where its prey is on the ground, very low, at a lower level of consciousness, and they're in a position to very easily take advantage of that differential in knowledge. The owl is a powerful symbol of the elite. The owl is, I guess you could say, the mascot of the sorcerers. It is the animal most identified with consciousness that is aware, yet is using that knowledge to suppress those who are not in the know.
Mark is specifically talking about the occult organizations. But I'll go a little bit farther and say the reason these occult organizations love the symbol of the owl are exactly the reasons Mark laid out. But beyond that, it's because these organizations worship, follow, and take the guidance and counsel of demonic entities. During the Renaissance, there was an uprising of the black arts. This is due to the texts that were found, namely the Goetia, such as the Lesser Key of Solomon. The Knights Templars are the ones who supposedly found the Goetia texts in a secret chamber underneath what was left of King Solomon's temple. The Knights Templars got their name from that temple. The Knights Templars took over the entire city of Israel during the Crusades, and their headquarters was the Temple Mount in January of the year 1120. So let's pretend they found the Goetia, Key of Solomon, magical texts in a secret chamber on the first day they took over the place, January the year 1120 AD. King Solomon's reign ended in 931 BC. We're talking close to 2,000 years earlier. I don't think it's very realistic to assume these texts were hiding underneath King Solomon's temple for 2,000 years. There is no evidence this is the case. I believe it's very possible that the mythology of the story either spawned hoaxers to create an ancient hoax, or some ancient hoaxer created the hoax before the Knights Templars got there and found it. These texts could have been forbidden magic texts that were hidden due to them being against some religious law. Either way, the texts claim that King Solomon himself summoned 72 demons. No offense to anyone, I just prefer to stick with the historical view that most likely these texts were forged. But forged or not, given a narrative that isn't 100% true or not, they did supposedly successfully summon demonic entities. Why I gave that backstory is because 3 of the demons in these texts of the Lesser Key of Solomon have heads of an owl. Let's look at the 3 demons. There's Andras, who has the head of an owl. It looks like the body of a man. There's Ammon, who has the head of an owl, but with fangs in the beak, and then the tail of a snake. And then there's Stolas, a demon that has the body of an owl, but really long flamingo-like legs and a crown. One could only guess why these demons take these shapes and forms. It could be because they are bored, have millennia upon millennia of shape-shifting, and it's literally their only form of entertainment. It could be some way they distinguish among their ranks, different status symbols. It could be to scare humans. Either way, owl is a form that they do take. To summarize, demons are like the owl because they are the hunter. We are the hunted. Just to break it down, here is a barrier. This barrier represents the dimensions. The demons can look down and see us. We are in the 3rd/4th dimension. It's a very low dimension. In fact, it's the lowest of the physical dimensions where an entity can do anything. These demons, my guess is they are in the 5th dimension, but we cannot see them. They are completely invisible to us. They, on the other hand, can see us. So they are at a great advantage of being able to plot and scheme. Talk about the most perfect secret agent that can spy on you. And what if these secret agents were working in coordination with corporations or groups? There are occult groups which do employ these demons, but from the demons' perspectives, they are employing the idiotic lower dimensional humans in their schemes. But there are humans dumb enough to think they are in great, powerful, prestigious elite roles because of their contracts and communications with these entities. There are most definitely some innocent uses of owl symbology, like I used the stained glass window at the Magic Castle, and that's most likely inspired by Merlin, who had an owl, but the origins of Merlin having an owl probably do stem from darker occult origins. But I thank you for watching. This has been John Razimus with Occult Unmasked. Be seeing you.